The fifth set, and potentially the last match, will be played on Whirlwind. Spawning up in the top left-hand position, it's Jaedong.
His opponent trying to deny from Jaedong from getting multiple kills. Being sent out from Woongjin Stars as Red Protoss spawning on the bottom right position. His name is SOS.
Got some cross-spawn action going on here.
That introduction took longer than I thought.
We've been casting for a while now. The hours and time starting to pile up on us, slowing us down here a little bit. Gotta grab my hot 6 and start just downing that.
Do you have any more left over there?
No, I'm sorry.
Well, we are out then. We're out of every single
That's right,
energy
guys.
Drink. We are almost out of water.
That's right, guys. The marketing got to us. I like Hot 6 now. It was a successful sponsorship by Hot 6 by going into esports. They did their jobs.
Now, let's talk about Jaedong versus SOS. If Jaedong wins this set, then he could definitely go for the third kill and possibly the all kill.
It's still a hard road, but it's one that becomes possible, I feel.
It becomes easier if he can take out SOS.
SOS is pretty much going to be the most difficult opponent that Jaedong will have to face.
And if SOS came out at the end, it was going to be a little bit harder for Jaedong because now they're trying to tire him out with all the CBCs. But if he can get over SOS right now, then he's going to be feeling really confident going into those CBCs. Yes, he might make some micro mistakes here and there, but he's going to be feeling really confident against all the Woongjin players because he defeated the #1 player.
That's true.
From Woongjin.
Well, it looks like we have a gateway expand from SOS here in base. Probably follow that up, eventually get an expansion, but for now, he's going to go ahead, get his double gas, go for the core, that gateway down. Curious to see what he's going to follow this up with.
Most likely, you know, like you said, expansion, and usually players decide to wall off at the natural with 3 gateways. Sometimes we see 2 gateways along with a couple of pylons, but it's a player's preference.
It's true. All up to the player. Probably we'll see a Stargate based on the plethora of Stargates we've seen today from Protoss against Zerg. Wouldn't be surprising at all. Jaedong just finishing up his spawning pool, getting some pretty fast gas here, actually, against his opponent here. Looks like he's actually planning for fighting against the gateway opening, gateway expand.
Well, it's so popular these days, especially on a map like Whirlwind, where the map is so large and the Zerglings arrive at your opponent's base a little bit later. So I guess Jaedong is trying to use that against his opponent. With the 100 gas finishing up, he's getting the speed right away. He wants to do some damage with the Zerglings.
I'm going to keep a close eye on the production tab here, as the observer will as well, I guess. I'm curious to see how many Zerglings Jaedong will commit to when he sees this early Nexus from his opponent that's from the Gateway Expand.
So far, only 4 Zerglings. Jaedong is just going to scout around the map to see
there
where
it
his
is.
opponent
8,
is.
10
there we go,
on the
10
way.
Zerglings.
I had a feeling. Jaedong, it's like he knows. It's the star sense, man. I think he's expecting his opponent to go for the Gateway Expand build, and this mass Zergling pressure
14
should be able to hard counter this.
Now, SOS is walling off. He does have a sentry out on the way, but do remember, no cannons.
No cannons whatsoever. There's going to be 1 sentry to defend here. That'll be about it. Jaedong getting a perfect scout on his opponent. He sees the lack of tech beyond that single gateway there. There's and the 2, I guess, that are down near the natural. Forge on the way here. We have more Zerglings going out. Is that a full wall-off I spot?
Seems like a full wall-off. Not too sure in the top position. I have to double-check, but it seems like SOS...
Oh, there's so many Zerglings in production right now. Jaedong. Oh, SOS just barely misses the Zerglings there. He sees a few.
He sees up to 6 total right now, so he knows something is up.
Oh, the Zerglings moving in here. They can do a lot of surface damage here. We could potentially see Jaedong breaking through this wall if he just keeps sending in Zerglings and attacking and over. This force fields will not last a long time here. We should have some cannons going up shortly as well, but no cannons quite yet.
He needs a second gateway right now. Where's the force field?
Gets it just in time there. They're focusing down on those weak buildings here. Nexus Cannon going down as well to help defend against this attack. More Zerglings are rushing in from Jaedong. He's going to back up here.
But Jaedong, he has a second as soon as the force field finishes.
Moving back in there, trying to take out these buildings. More sentries being made right now. This is going to be so hard for SOS to defend against. Force field going down. Jaedong, I think he has been held off here for now.
Yeah, and that's a lot of sentries. SOS's decision, split-second decision for going for the gateway at the last second worked out really well, as now he is well fortified in 2 bases, and as long as SOS pays attention and puts down the force fields, he's going to be completely fine. In fact, it seems like he's going to be the one applying the pressure now.
I thought Jaedong was the one with Star Sense this game, but it was SOS this time around. As soon as that Zergling got into his main base, he did a complete wall off at the natural.
Yeah. Jaedong with the Star Sense and SOS with the best reaction.
Star reaction? Is that a thing?
That's why I didn't say star.
Oh my, look at this.
Uh-oh.
Dark Shrine on the way from SOS here.
You could cannon that, you could DT that, you could salt that.
I think we're going to see DTs on all 3 bases and Jaedong start crying. That's what we're going to probably see here.
Uh-oh.
Thing is, there's no way he's going to be able to scout that Dark Shrine. He's got Overlords, but they're not going to be going into the main base anytime soon. This is so smart from SOS. This is the last thing Jaedong would be expecting this position.
Well, Jaedong does see the forward pylon, and he should be expecting something coming out pretty soon. If he has amazing Star Sense.
Oh,
wow!
Does he spot?
Wow.
Oh, he throws the War Prism. Jaedong, he may get some spores for this, actually, but this is going to certainly throw him off.
Do remember, Jaedong had a full scout inside the main base, but if he can time it correctly, then he should know that it's a hallucination.
That's true.
But it seems like Jaedong didn't calculate that, and the bigger problem is, not the War Prism. The problem is
the Dark Shrine.
DTs.
DT is they're just about to complete right now. We have a few Zealots as well in the mix, just waiting. There come the DTs just as that third finishes. DT is going to move over to the main and natural. We should see some reinforcements come shortly here. The Zerglings will kill off that pylon. It is spotted here. DT is moving, and they're not scattered by Jaedong yet. He has no Spore Crawlers going down at this point. The lair about to finish behind this.
Lair is going to finish, but what lair if you don't have any hatcheries inside the main base?
And immediately that lair is getting hacked down by the Dark Templar, doing a good amount of damage to it. The lair will complete. We'll have Overseers and Spore Crawlers on the way. The biggest issue, though, is the damage will be dealt.
There it goes. The third hatchery is down, and now SOS is pushing out. He knows that his opponent only has Zerglings at this point.
So he's got the charge. He's got a high sentry count, also making Archons. GG by Jaedong. He knows he cannot defeat SOS in this position. Wow.
Amazing build by Jaedong. Amazing Star Sense. But SOS is showing his code as Caliber.
He did the wall off, which never happens.
Here's the thing. He saw 2 Zerglings running into the main base, and he saw up to a total of 6 Zerglings. That's abnormal for Zerg players these days, especially for Jaedong, who loves to go for the 15 hatch.
It's true. Jaedong, he hasn't done that as much, but that used to kind of be a signature of his. Well, despite the best efforts from Jaedong and a build prepared for that map and that player, it simply wasn't enough. SOS, Sky's on another level. He really is, I think, one of the best, if not the best, Protoss players in the world.
And with the score of 4-1, Woongjin Stars takes another convincing victory, this time against EGTL. EGTL, they tried their best, but against the first place